Hey guys, this is GamerCal. Welcome back to the Genius of Sapphirus Weekend Edition. So last time we made it to the end of Stage 2, and basically we would be taking on Remilia right now and showing her a thing or two, but there's a lot of enemies that we just rushed on by, and I kind of want to show off some of the stuff. I think we did fight every enemy, but there's a lot of items that they can drop which we didn't get any of. So this time, that's basically what we're going to do, is we're going to fill in the kill roster. Pretty much, you're going to get all the levels and basically get what we need. It's kind of especially important, I think, for this particular playthrough because I'm not using the extra characters, so actually getting the experience that I need is kind of important. So yeah, this is going to be where we cut, and when something interesting happens I will come back and inform. So yeah. Hey, and there from the very first encounter is our first brand new item. So, the pot lid is a relatively poor shield, but it's better than nothing, I guess. There's a class of shields in the lightweight in particular that can block any type of attack, but they don't block very often. So this only has a 10% chance of activating, but it will activate against any type of attack and provide a bit of defense and magic defense. Magic defense can be quite useful if it blocks that stuff. So yeah, Aya can use a shield, and that's basically the only other shield I have she can use, so I may as well use it. And level ups for everyone, always a good sign. So more power and more levels, that's pretty good. And at level 5 we get Tengu's Surveillance, and of course Wind of Protection. So Sanai starts to get her buff skills now, which is always good, so we'll just quickly show those off. And we probably won't need this one, although having said that, her MP is so low that Miracle of Arts in series kind of not so good. So multi-target buff for resistance up, which is pretty nice, so you can stop status conditions and stuff. Her buff skills are quite expensive to begin with, but she does have growth tree stuff to reduce that, which is nice. Later on we'll be able to use these much more readily. And then for Aya, well, she doesn't have an extra skill anyway there, but basically she can make one of your allies go last for a turn. Now that seems kind of weird, like why would you want to do that? But there are times that that can be useful. So Aya will basically always go first, and she will then make you go last for that turn. And if you're using, say, a party-wide heal thing, but you don't necessarily need all of your HP back at the start of the turn, that could be quite useful. You know, keep yourself fully healed for the end of the turn and whatnot. Well, there's another piece of armor for the acquiring there. Fortunately, we don't have any heavyweights at the moment to use these large armors, but plate armor. So it's a bit more defensive than the heavy vest that you would like default with here. So you can see there's no magic defense on that. There is also no magic defense here, but one of the things that heavyweight armor tends to do is it tends to resist physical elements quite a lot. So plate armor has a 25% resistance to slash in build, which is pretty good. One more power level for everyone. So that takes us to level 6 now? Or is it 7? It is 7. Okay, so that's good because now we can get some extra stats here. Well, there's a good show of a spell card, I suppose, and an armor piece there. So the fairy dress, going to be a decent armor, I believe, for Marissa. If we go ahead and switch that, yep. So a bit less evasion, but there's a lot more physical defense, some decent resistance, and one thing that the light armors tend to do, whilst the physical armors tend to be good against resisting physical element stuff, the light armors are very good at blocking status conditions. So usually ones which will debilitate a magic user's casting abilities. So here we have a 50% resistance to confusion now, which is pretty good because confusion would affect how well Marissa can use her Danmaku skills. And one more power level for everyone. Always a good sign, so we are at level 8 now. Pretty good. And that is a level 6 for everyone. So Marissa gets her final Stardust skill. We actually have a new skill for Remilia too, which is good. And oops, I kind of skipped through Aya's level up a bit quickly there, but oh well. We also have a buff for Sane. So let's take a quick look at those. We have what do we replace? That is the question. Probably Master Spark. As nice as it is, it's a very magic intensive skill. I don't really have the MP to cast it right now. So yeah, we have electric, fire, and water. Unfortunately, Marissa never gets an earth skill. That's her one sort of disadvantage as a black mage, I guess, is that she doesn't have all 4 of the core elements. But she still gets 3 of them, which is pretty good, and earth is not as common of a weakness as the other 3, so yeah. These are all decently powered skills though. Do not underestimate Marissa's attack power. She is very, very strong. For you, let's just remove the aura gem because that is only one character and it takes a bomb and it's kind of annoying. So yeah, extermination is a small AoE needle, pretty much. It's the stronger version of this, so we will probably be using extermination more often than persuasion needle, but do note that it does have a 1-turn cooldown. So you can't just spam it every turn. But it hits an area, it's more powerful, it's pretty good, I have to say. Oh, and then Sanai actually got a new skill too, so this really isn't doing any damage, so we'll replace that and buff our evasion, which is nice. And that is everything. So, unfortunately there was a couple of items I was looking for that we didn't get. Most notably the Morning Star, which would have upgraded Aya quite significantly. Actually, we didn't really get any weapons at all. It's kind of weird, but all of them that I could have gotten would have been good, but can't get everything you want all the time. So, this has been GamerCow playing, well, the Genius of Savros, obviously. If this ends up being a shorter part, well, that's just kind of how it goes. This may end up being a part 0.5, most likely will be, because let's face it, it's a grindy part, and most people will just want to see the story stuff, but I do want to show as much of the game off as I can. So yeah, we'll put this up as a part 0.5. I think that's how it'll go. So yeah, next time we take on Remilia, I guess. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? We want to stop the Mist Instant, and Remu thinks that it's Remilia that's causing it, so let's get that done.